Alrighty, we will get this started. Okay, everybody, welcome. I'm kicking this back up, and I believe I've got the audio properly fixed. For some reason, it was not registering the headset. Of course, my sad old computer is not very happy when I unplug the headset and then plug it back in and unplug it and plug it back in. So, and sorry if you hear a clinky clink clink. That's the microphone clipping my coffee mug as I guzzle down my coffee. Now, for everybody watching, this is me working on Pyraxia. And I just set up to be able to manufacture certain things over in a new area, and I had gone over to a different area and I had blasted a bunch of stuff, so I did get the geothermal power plant built over here. You can see it off in the distance as it happily renders away and goes happily along. So I got the geothermal power plant built over here. I did build thermal points, the thermally insulated area, and that guy is producing a lot of electricity. Now, I haven't grid linked the electricity yet together with everything else, so this area is sort of all by itself. But while I was working on that, I got the mission in the game to dig up water, because it said that water had been found in a few locations. And as it is, that looks like a cave. I might be able to go in and dig extra stuff up. Might have to hit that point. Now, where was that water point? Yeah, that water point is straight ahead of me here. It sent me to use the bulldozer to dig up water. That some water had been found. Is it there? It was down there. There we go. Here we go. That water had been found, or was noticed to being found. And so I put up a vehicle, and while that water looks a little bit red, there is actually water here. So we can hop on out, and if you dig enough with the bulldozer, you will find water. And this is supposed to be to help make the area greener. Don't quite ask me what they really mean by that, but so here's the bulldozer. It allowed me to flatten it, and honestly, I was thinking I might turn this whole thing into a puddle lake, but I don't want to lose the immediate resources here. And I don't know why that's showing as being red. I'll bet if I dig out all of this sand dune point here in the middle, but I kind of want to keep this because there is the copper deposit here and the osmium deposit on the other side. I really wish you could remove these markers. Something not happy there? No, yeah. But There is an amethyst and a ruby deposit in there, which are spectacular things to find. I need to put up, now you can see that that's where I put up the power. You can see those grid points there. I've got that powered to there. That is because I put those things below. That is separate of this power grid. I need to put a power point halfway between them, somewhere around there, and then probably a power point about there, and a power point about there, or like there, and that will connect all of these power points. But this area surprisingly has a lot of reasonable resources. Right here it's got the copper and the osmium and the amethyst and the ruby, which I need all of them. I cannot mine the ruby and amethyst until I start building the advanced miners. But to be able to get the advanced miners, I need to be able to make this. This will get diamond, ruby, amethyst, I believe. Don't know. And then I need a gem cutter. So I have to start manufacturing those items. I also want to put up these water extractors V2. They are hugely powerful. Like it produces 500 liters per second. That would be a spectacular thing, but I need to be able to build these, which means I need to make a whole bunch of thermal regulators and insulator arrays and other things of that nature. Now I have vehicle factories. Can I attach regular buildings to? I've never tried this. Nope, regular buildings cannot attach to vehicle factories. I could probably put that right on the, yeah, they don't snap together. That's a shame. I wonder if this counts as having oxygen. Yes, it does. So I guess in theory I could just build a bunch of vehicle factory space, but that takes a lot of other materials that I don't want to build. But could I put, it would be interesting to put I need a ship landing place also. So at some point, maybe I'll turn this central island into a pretty object. I don't know. I don't really need the large rock or anything like that, but there is phosphorus. And if I'm correct, this will be like around here. Yeah, basalt. Not like I really need it. There's iron here, which is kind of nice. I've never really looked at this rock here. You know what? Let's just get rid of it. It's in the road. I'll probably get rid of that one. And get rid of this one. And get rid of that one. Oh, there's the water splashing away. Why is the water splashing away? I dig that side out. Interesting. I was thinking I might bring the roller vehicle out here and just flatten it all nicely. down a little bit. But I don't know if this is going to fill with water. Now this is supposed to help the area green. I don't know how that works. Never really looked at that. Now, I wonder what would happen if I cut that from there to the lava. Because honestly, the lava and the water should not mix happily. I'd like to export the power from this area. So you know what? I will put up okay, time to go with the cheap buildings here. Hopefully those don't end up underwater. I will need to put up a stair. Okay, that's an interior stair. That's an exterior stair. Some stairs they can place outside. See, I really wish they would give these just a smudge more height so that it goes up that nicely. Okay. I need to go inside and get my O2 back up. Boop. Okay. First things first. Definitely want to do the electric paddle. I do that just as a added thing. I think it helps work on equal power distribution locations. I don't really know. Could not say one way or the other. Okay, now I need this, and I need to get me 10, 20, 30. I think that'll be enough cement to bring me back to 50. Yes, I've put up enough of the level 2 warehouses that I've gotten my maximum storage space to 50s. I can now build the level 3s. I do need to drop off that amethyst and ruby and diamond. And I need to make lots of the insulation layers, I believe. But this is what I do need to make saw blades, which I'll figure out at some point. And I need to then at some point also make the pardon me, fence panel. Gold alloy, amethyst alloy, ceramic components. So I need to make these. Yeah, I've got enough ruby ore. Interesting. Ah, iron beams, okay. And let's see how this goes. This will be a few minutes of me manually making these things. Yes, I could put up a machine to make it all, but I figure I'm here. I've got it in hand. I know I need them, so might as well manually get them made and worry about the other things later on. I wonder if I could find water from other locations. The map guide gave me three locations to dig at. One location is in a massive radioactive area, which I'm not going to be super enthused for crawling into. Right. That is getting the iron plates and the iron rods. The iron rods will go pretty well par and par. Now, I wanted to see what other good buildings can I make. So that takes the laser emitter, which I'm not doing. I need hydraulic pistons, which probably means I need rubber. A rubber belt. I don't have an area making rubber belts yet. Okay. And yes, I know I need to start mass producing rubber belts and mass producing other items so that they're going into a warehouse. That way I don't need to worry about them at all. Just let them go. And then I do have the ability to build the trains. At some point, I've got to spend the time to figure out how to set up the trains and get them working. I've seen people do the trains and they had them working all around the map and going to and from. I just don't know the mechanics of them and their in-out flow pattern, I guess would be the best way to describe it. For their reliability. Okay, that should be the rubber belts all done. Okay, now I was looking at other things here that, oh yes, I need to make for that. I'll get 50 of them made. And yes, my rubber bands will disappear. And then I will probably have to make another raft of rubber bands. See, a lot of these things I should set up a factory location to build the component for me. So like, I think circuit boards I could do down here. I think I could do them down here. And be an interesting change up setup place here. Like I could put up, there's an iron resource right here. I could set a tier 2 warehouse down here. Put up a iron miner, split it, and then have it making the steel plates and the rods. and then use that for making the beams and then store the beams. So then I always have a lot of them. I can make these, yeah, see that's why I needed them. I need a lot of them. I need 400 just to make 100 of those frames. See, now if I had the beams in a warehouse, I'd not be fighting with them at all. Ooh, food moment. Okay. See, now there's an iron mine here and there's a copper mine here, both of which will be really useful to me. I need to make me some rubber tires. What are the tires? Just so I can make me a flatter, and I'm just going to flatten this area. Like I said, I don't know if this area is going to end up underwater. It would really suck if it does. Let's see, what am I missing? Oh, I do need the power systems for it. Batteries. And I don't want to go... Yeah, see, now I'm going to have to take this whole building down after I flatten this all out. Okay, give me the landing pad. Let me pop that down, say, there. And then I can go up and go to the queue and put this. Sure, why not just jam that right there. Now the ship will recharge. Yeah, see, that's the nice, easy scanning system. Did I put a radar up already in here? I did not. I guess I better put one up. And that radar is... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. This guy, good. And there's all the resources. So you can see iron and quartz and copper and more iron. That's why I was like, I can make, like, I need the quartz for making the cement. So ideally, I would put the warehouse somewhere over here. Either over here or over here. That's cobalt. More quartz over there. See, and there is, like, there's sulfur, basalt. I don't really care about the basalt. But at least I have phosphorus and basalt, and I have those materials in range of me. Now, let's go to over here. Okay. Just so that I have power grid in the immediate area to help. See, now that expanded it that far. I really need to condense this power grid all the way across up to that power grid, because once I hit that, you can see I've got the power grid reasonably spaced out there. More oxygen. need O2. Now I need the batteries for the vehicle. I'd like to make that, but I would have to refine a ton of uranium. So, I mean, that's not a problem. To make 3 of those, yeah, not a problem. I have all the resources for these already going into a warehouse. Making the warehouse. I'd love to get to the tier 3 warehouse, but again, that requires amethyst, quantum computers. Those things are a fair ways away from me. I have the resources. I do really need to get circuit boards built. Rubber belts. I need to bring that to 50, which means I need 31. Which means I need this 5 rubber. No, I've got the rubber in storage. I believe it's 2 rubber bands to make that. Yeah, so I need 62 rubber bands. Well, I'll give me 60. And then I could just make those other ones and call that done. I honestly do think they wanted you to dig out this whole area to get all the water in it. I don't know, but... And pardon for the yawning here, on and off. I'm post-Christmas dinner semi-food coma state. And while that clicks away, I will quickly check the chat and make sure that that is all there. And hopefully that is well balanced. I don't see anybody in. Okay, not showing any viewers, which is fine. But it is definitely picking that up. And that is correct. So, yeah, we've got the microphone going. Okay, that is all good. We are good, good, good. I just keep popping in and double checking just to make sure that I didn't bork something, which, I'm known to do. And 20, 30, and 1. Okay, that will restock that. It's going to leave me a few leftover rubber bands in my inventory. Big whoop. No issue there. There we go. There's the food coma being needed. Not enough rubber belt. What a surprise. I need 2 more rubber belt. There we go. That'll get me that. Okay, done. And then 2, 4, 6, 8. I need 8 more rubber belt. Now, I didn't really need to get these 4 pistons because when I deconstruct the other vehicle, I would get them back. So not a big thing. Now, circuit boards. See, I have a factory making the copper plates. I have a location that's making the silica, so I could set them up and get them made right away. So iron for that, copper mine for that. Silica is made from the silica is made from the crystals. What are they called? The quartz. So I can do that. Now let's see here. Now I could layer this down to match up with that, and then this would meet up with those, but you know what, I'll just plow this all under and get rid of all of this stuff like this and go wee. I won't get rid of that rock. I'm just trying to see if I can get that nicely squared away. Yes, I can blast these out. Now let's see, will that let me get up this? Yes, it will. I can still get into here safely. Yes, I can. Okay. Get rid of that for the moment. So, where should I put that warehouse? That is the question. Definitely need one of these iron for producing that. I could use the osmium. I don't know if I need it at the moment, but I definitely need the iron and the quartz and the copper. So copper coming out, I should probably put the warehouse over here on this side, on the far south side. So just, you know what, let's put it around, put the warehouse right about there. So let's grab this puppy and head that away. Now, I have never tested whether or not this will raise this iron up, and it does, which is good to see. Now, I wanted to put the warehouse over here. Now, I don't want to destroy the phosphorus in case I need it. So I'm going to leave it with a bit of safety space around itself. I've never actually tested force mining over things like this, but the fact that it lifted up the iron makes me rather happy. that does make me actually really happy. The fact that it lifted up and balanced the iron into that area. That kind of makes me really, 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 really happy. As I said, I'm going to try and wipe out a whole bunch of this mountainside or hillside into a nice flattened area. And my oxygen is taking a pummeling. Oh look, I'm out of O2, which I can fix by just going over here and hopping into the... Oh, I missed a spot. I better come back and fix that. Must not miss O2 spots. Okay, that can go there. Those can go there. My vehicle is... Let's stick it over there. So I missed a spot right here. Yeah. Okay, it was right here. Haha. Okay, that's re-flatten and fixing. Down to 4 minutes going. Okay. I think I've bulldozed or flattened enough to be able to have a large refiner out here. Don't know if I've destroyed the sulfur or the basalt. think I've almost cleared enough space for the making of the Tier 2 warehouse. And I do have the resources in hand to do that. Okay, I've got a minute to get this charged and back. Well, actually, all I've got to do is probably just drive it to the back location and park it in the hangar, and it should get charged. Which would be useful. And there's my low oxygen warning. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Yep, I gotta go hop into that building now. And critical. Come off of it. There's the first hurt, second hurt, third hurt, fourth hurt. Good thing that's one food. Haha. Alright, made it back in time. The jam on the ladder, the stairs, was my bad. Okay. So let's see, warehouse. Yeah, I got a bit more distance to go to get the warehouse in, which means I need to take this and plug it into the charger. Now, if I put this vehicle here, will it recharge? No, it won't. Now it will. Uh-oh. It'll be an interesting drive to get it out. I think there's a way of changing the view. And there's the chargers going. That's a good thing. Okay. Excavate, fill, scale. See, this guy has a kind of cool effect where it just it will go straight down. It won't. I can't get it to turn and roll up there. I was hoping I could, but I'll just come back over and flatten that area anyways. Just digging more of the area out. Okay, that's enough digging of that done. Oxygen is almost gone. Okay, now I need to get this fixed up over here a little bit. Yeah, okay. This is almost to the location. Getting a fair bit of stuff dug out and rearranged. I have yet to hit any serious temperature change, which is interesting. Hey, wait, I missed that spot. I hate missing a spot. That's just me being bad. Okay, so that's all flattened. Just need to hit that edge point. Yeah, okay, so almost back through to a good area. that will give me a lot more space of workable things. And we will see how well this goes from here. Almost there. I make nice places, and it's very pretty and very flat. Which just makes it really easy to build and place things. This is just me being a bit sort of that obsessive compulsive. Must have certain things certain ways no matter what. That would definitely be me. And I got 6 minutes and I'm almost out of O2. So I'm going to get down here, get this flattened. And then race on back, and hopefully not die before I get there. Oh, just barely by the hair of my chinchillas. There we go. Okay, that's fixed. I really need to expand the warehouses. I need to make the cement for that. It takes 20 or 30 cement. There we go. So now I can just take the one vehicle, park it in the one side, take this vehicle, park it in this side, and call it done. There we go. Nice little circular pad. And look, I can just turn and go into here. And then that vehicle will charge too. There we go. Problem solved. And that should put me back to my 50. And then it'll be time to build the big warehouse. After another quick lap of production. It's charging at a reasonable rate. Let me see what my power setting is here. I only have a 4 megawatt demand. That's like nothing. I'm going to briefly pause and check the other screen, make sure that, okay, it's still holding up good. That is excellent. Pardon me. And while that recharges, I'm going to hop up and probably get me another coffee fill. That would always be a good thing. Coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee! It's always good stuff. Yes. Okay. That should pretty well be charged. Yep. Oh, yep. There we go. And off to that big flattening area. Gonna go make it flat, make it flat, make it flat, 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 flat. Making it more flat, making it more flat, getting it more and more and more and more and more flat, flat, which is kind of a surprise that it is giving me. I'm getting it nicely flattened for building all the resource refining and production stages that I want to do down here. And now it'll be time to park this guy and then go and get the warehouse built and then spend a few minutes plotting all of the building and getting it all set up and going and nicely arranged to get this done up. Because I believe that is the end of where I was planning on flattening to. is I have passed that marker. Or I'm right at it, within feet of it. Yep, the warehouse now has the center area all set out about itself. And I can go over here, park this guy in, let him charge up. And take a few moments. I'm going to pause for a few moments. I need to stretch the legs, and I will be back in just a brief few minutes. I don't remember what they were function set to, so I will hit that and go to be right back. And yes, I do have audio while I am here, but I can mute my audio if I want to, but I can, at least this should be broadcasting my voice if I've got everything correctly set up. Let me double check. Yes, it is. Okay, good. So I will be back in a few moments. Alrighty, I am back and away we go. There, and bring that up, and here we go. Okay. I have all of those. Do I have enough to build the warehouse? I'd love to be able to build those, but... Okay, yes I do. I've got the iron beams. They will go the way of the dodo bird. And that will be way over here. And then I will figure out what resources I'm putting into the warehouse. I don't know if I've got a phosphorus mine going into the warehouse yet. Into a warehouse. But we did say that I would be going to about here. Yep, I'm almost dead on the point that I had marked. So here we go. Warehouse, tier 2. Now those are the ends. Let's bring it back to about, say, here. And you can actually, for some reason, you can use the crane, but I can go into the crane, but then it sort of locks up. I don't know what that's about. I have yet to figure out if they meant for that to be a mechanic that you can use or do, or I honestly have no idea. Okay, so there is that. Now, I definitely need to put up the iron mine. And I have enough materials for it. It wants to go out that way. Let's put it... Okay. So I need to get it square to this grid point. There we go. And it's sitting on the large iron deposit. Now, I need that to come out. And now this makes 120 per minute. I think the refiners refine. I honestly don't know how fast this will refine, so I'm just going to put one down. Don't know if it's good for one refiner or if I should go with a second. And did I get that squared to there? Looks like I did. I could go with conveyor V2. And that will be full speed. Yeah, I could probably put 2 of these going and get more production rapidly, but not a big worry. So now I need to go to a 2-splitter. Where is that? I actually like using the 3 splitters. Just because I find them five and 1, 6 and 1. Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm out of O2 again. I keep running out of O2. There's the quick way of getting away without having the O2 kiblitzing me. I actually should go to a 3 and have 2 of them. I should go to a 3, split it into 3 pieces, have one coming off, making the steel plates, because it takes less steel plate and more iron bar. It's a 3 to 5, so if I split that into 3 and had 2 going to machines making, I'd be getting 2 to 1, which means I would always have left over a little bit of iron bar. But I'll just do it that way. I'll just do it this way and see how it turns out. I could possibly be going faster, but that's not twisted, is it? That better be straight. Yeah, it looks like it's straight. Okay. Now, I need a manufacturer. Where is it? Refiner, no. I need a part producer. I need to stick one right there and the other one right beside it there. And select that from there to here and from there to there, and part producer, steel plate, part producer, iron rod. And then I now need to take those 2 into this machine. Now, one of these will be doing a little zigzag, won't it? Yep, one will be doing a little zigzag. I could do both of them doing a little zigzag. Assembling into iron beams. And then we will go with the 0 from here all the way out here. Let's hold the Alt key, get it to about here, and then we will go from there to... Now, I have yet to figure out how to get this to do the nice straight curls. There is some sort of sweet spot to get it to do the, oh yeah, there we go. There's like, there we go. And from there we go to there. And that should be a nice zigzag straight on in. Okay. And I need to run back to my building. And look, we're getting those made now. Excellent. Well, that's the first stage. And what do the circuit boards need? Copper plate and silica. So I need the copper mine, which is over there, coming down and joining with the quartz. The quartz can make the silica. The copper can make the copper plates. And then those two can merge and get dumped into the next grid point. I guess I could put that up there, merge it and bring it right back down in a nice straight line to like here. Yeah, bring the copper out that side, bring that out that side, and then bring them both down nicely. Don't really know. I would have to see. I've got lots of room going across. Do I have phosphate in the warehouse? I don't know if I do or don't. It's a good question. Don't really know. Okay, there's this. And where was the copper mine? To my front, way over there. Okay. Copper mine, that one I need. Get rid of these things. I'll be throwing that stuff out of my inventory at some point. I'm just gonna get rid of my... Interesting. It's saying there's a large rock deposit there, and I've destroyed it 3 times, but... I have none of those beams left in my inventory. Yeah, see, it's getting a lot more of the iron rods. So it's the steel plates, because the steel plates take more resources to make. It's 2 ore per 1. So if I slowed that down on the other side by using the other reason, the other belts, it would resolve that. And yes, I'm just running around collecting this so that I can collect it. see, I gotta build 3 of those. Fertilized 2,000 square, like atmosphere 0. Radiation cleanse 0. You can see that I'm starting to get planetary temperatures here to come down. Advanced assembler makes the diamond drill, energy crystals, laser emitters, crystal sense. But I need to make, first I need to make the gem cutter. If I can, I don't know. Okay, first things first, copper. Could be making these are much faster miners. How's my power grid doing? Yeah, I'm okay at the moment. Ish. Okay, now I need to put the copper I need to mine into, I need to refine into plates. Or does that take silica oil? Or still shows there's a large rock deposit there, but yeah, whatever. Okay, silica oil takes the quartz, which is not a problem. I have lots of quartz stored if I really need to manually make it, but I could probably turn that factory off from making that in the other location. But you never know. Let's see here. See, now I can, oh, I could put up a tier 2. Because I actually have all of the resources for it. Composite beams, gear assemblies, osmium drill. Composite beam, gear assemblies, osmium drill. Yeah, I can make that. I can make those, not a problem. And I can definitely make those. I don't need any of those things. Oh, the hydraulic pistons, yeah. Don't really need to power punch that. Okay. Now, what was I looking for? I wanted to make circuit boards. Copper plate and silica. So yes, I was right. I need to put it into copper plate and then into silica. I wonder. Don't know if I split the other miner apart so that I'm getting copper bar. I'm not getting copper ore. Oh yeah, I am getting ingots, and there's no way I would have hand mined 500 done that. So I need to turn this into that to then, so I need this guy. that will make me copper bar. And then I need to put this guy down. To make me copper plates. Okay, that's the copper plates coming over. And then I need to take this guy. And that just goes straight into a manufacturer. It just goes straight into a parts producer, I believe. Oh, no, just the forge. Yep. Now, will it let me do this? Oh, it did. Okay. So now that's into silica. And then I need to turn that into, what was I trying to make? What was the thing that I was trying to make? That's into silica. Circuit boards. I need the assembling machine. Now let's go from, yep, let's go. I hope that's on the correct grid point. Doesn't have a lot of twists, so there's my oxygen warning. I need to make circuit boards, and I gotta run back before I die. Good thing I got lots of general battery power for doing the long sprints like that. Okay. Now this will want to do the zigzaggy weeble wobble. I already know that it's going to do that to this area. What's the bet that it tries to do that to this area? Not straight lines, but that's okay. Okay. come to about here, and then go from there to over here. And I now have circuit boards being made. It will always wait on the plates because of how slow that is. But I now permanently have circuit boards going in, which is awesome. I no longer need to worry about carrying circuit boards around. I no longer need to worry about carrying those around. Don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. So I now have, I'm automated on making the circuit boards. I'm automated on making the beams. I don't know if I really need to automate much more now. And I don't have a ton of those thermal systems here, so I should put one here and one down there, and that would loosely split my power systems, which is fine. And then I need to, I will need to put one about here. Yeah, becomes a real challenge on gauging how far you can go to put those down, but I will do that and figure it out as I go. Now these take, what do they take? Power. Those take iron plates and rods, so I can put those down wherever I want, and they will not be an issue. I will, of course, stick one of those. I thought I put one here already, but obviously I didn't. It just helps with the thermal regulation. 210 of the okay, I only have an 80 megawatt demand currently. Okay, now I need to hop over to here. And as with everything, I stick one or two of these guys here, just because. And that will give me a fairly broad access of power gridding. So I need to put one about there. One right about here. one of these guys. Yeah, sure. Why not? That looks like a good spot. Okay. And that is of the total in network 230. Okay. Got that overflowing to there. See, I need to link that all the way across, so I'm going to put the next one right about, yeah, there. Yeah, I just flew by the total heat area. So I'll stick one. Yeah, this looks like a good spot for it. And that did carry it around. So about that range is okay distance-wise. Just gotta sort of hop that across. Okay, from there I need to put one right about there. Well, let's see if it accepts it right here. Yeah, sure. Yep, that accepted the grid. That's carrying the grid through. 250 thermal regulation. That one's almost capped out. So now the next location will need to be from there. It's got to be down, say, let's jam one right down there. Yep. This is a really toasty spot. You may get really unhappy with me here in a few seconds. And we are gridded together. So now there's that to there. That is the only one there, and it's touching that point, that one. That goes to just to there, so I'll probably need one about there. Okay, this looks like a good spot for it. So I need one right there. That will bridge those. So I need one right about there. Yep, that linked across to those. So if I put one right about there, one about there, that will join all of those together. Because, yeah, one right about there actually. And look at that. Join those together. I just need to get across to that grid. That grid. So it means I need to put one right about there. And then one right about there. And let's stick it right here. And then right there. And that will fully join the grid together over here. Warning, low health. Eat some food. So now everything over there is gridded together. I do have other things on the map with power that are not connecting to everything else, I think. Don't know. Everything is powered. I don't have any other power grids floating in odd spots. And I successfully did that. I joined the power grids. So they're now all working in conjunction. The total power I have is 3,308, and I have a 900 megawatt demand. So I am well above and beyond my gridded demand ratio. Which is good. Which is very good. Now I should start putting up tier 2 miners. Because I've got the amethyst and the ruby. I should be able to get those with those 2 miners. So I need to make the materials for those, and then I need the gem cutters. Yeah. Get them going. And see here, I need to build 3 cryo storm towers. I want to say cryo storm towers. Okay. Cryo storm towers probably take a lot of resources that I don't have. And yes, I can make the trains. I just have yet to figure them out. Oh, I do need to make a place that makes the reinforced frames, because I know I'm going to need those. I really haven't found a lot of coal or graphene mine locations. I'm still using the 2 big rocks right here where I'm at. Don't know why I'd want a large window. Built those things. The analyzer has nothing it can analyze. But I do need to make certain things to get everything else. See, there it is. It's the thermal regulator insulation arrays. See, now, I think that I can manufacture all of these materials reasonably easily. I don't know about the thermal regulator. The sensor arrays I should be able to make now. The insulation layer I can make, that's not a problem. Sensor arrays. Thermal regulator, ruby ore. So I need to put up a ruby mine and a cutting machine. So I need to put that up, and then I need to make one of those. So I need 10 composite beams, 4 catalytic converters, 10 of those. I will just pre-print that. Fast rotors. Okay. 10 of those are made. Yes, I want to make 2 of them. Now, I don't know how many of those I need. Oh, what do I have? Composite beam, catalytic converter, saw blade. Fast rotors. Gear assemblies. See, I should put up a location for making those. I need to make gears. I could split off the rods and make gears from a second one, and then that would store gears. These aren't made fast enough by hand. Alrighty, I am going to call that the end of my run. I need to do my blood work, and then probably have me a small snack, and then possibly have a nap. I do need to check a couple of other things. Yeah, I'm a smudge off, but not bad. It's reasonable. That's reasonable. Okay. So I am working okay. That's good. And there's that. Now I need to make the saw blades. Which are easy to make. Now I know I need insulation layers for something. Okay, I am set to manufacture these, the gem cutters. Then I need to get the materials for them. Yep. Okay. For 2 of those. So gem cutters. Okay, 2 catalytic converter. So I need 4 catalytic converter. Ooh. I don't have phosphorus going into a storage location. I have a phosphorus mine over at that other location that I can use. I can, ooh, yeah. I have sulfur going in, but I don't have phosphorus. So I need to grab a phosphorus location and mine it in or shuffle it into a warehouse. Fast rotors. Okay. And I need to make graphite rods. Which means I need to go to one of those resource locations and make graphite rods because I can't make graphite rods by hand. Okay. Gear assembly. I need 4 and I need 4 of those, so I need 16 gear assembly. I'll just put it to make 50 of them. I know that I'm going to use them all up at some point in time being, between things I throw down. But yeah, pardon me, there's the yawn. Alright, I am going to call that done, gentlemen. I hope everybody does extremely well with their day, and has enjoyed what I've shown. If you did, you can do the, I always try and say the like, subscribe. And I am going to be saying that when you encounter things, always try and ask the question of the who, what, where, when, why, how, so what. Everything in life comes down to those things. All the things in learned life. For you to be able to understand other odd things. As it is, I'm going to head my bunions to bed. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day, night, whatever time you may be